Hi, I am Suresh Sambhu. Today we are going to discuss some important basic concepts under the income tax. This video will be useful to CA Inter, ICWA Inter, CX Executive or degree students. In this video, I am going to explain with examples what is an assessment year and what is a previous year and what is the difference between these two and where you will use this in practically. A year means all we know that it's a calendar year. It starts from Jan to December. The beauty of the year is it is same across the world or in any country. It starts from Jan to December. And after this one, we need to understand what is financial year. Financial year. In India, it starts from April to March. In America, it is Jan to December. In some other countries, if you go, it may go from June to July. Or it may start with maybe in the mid of the one year and it will end in the mid of the another year. But whereas calendar year is the same across the world, in any country if you go, so what is calendar year means they will say it's Jan to December. But financial year, it may be different from each country to country. Financial year, normally the business people use it for preparing their books of accounts and submitting their returns with the government authorities. And before we are going to understand what is an assessment year and what is a previous year, we will take an example and we will understand. All we know as a students, we know what is an academic year. Our academic year normally starts from June and it will end in the month of March. Your academic year is different from your calendar year. Calendar year, it starts in January and ends in December, whereas your academic year, it starts from June, or some universities it may start with a different month and end up in a different month. In your academic year, you complete your syllabus and your studies, and after completing your academic year, you write the exams and your lecturer or your professor, you evaluate your performance and he will give you the marks. The work done by the professor will start only after you completing or writing your exams. That is called an assessment. Assessment means it's a kind of verification. Someone is doing a verification, reviewing or checking. Someone is checking what you have done in the past. That past means here you understand that your studies, you have studied your academic year. That past we can understand here as a previous year. Verification of marks, someone is verifying it, checking, reviewing, that we can understand as an assessment year. In this example, now we understand what is previous year and what is an assessment year. Previous year means your study year, during the period which you are studying, and assessment year means the period during which your professor or your college verifying your marks and giving the marks. This financial year as we discussed, this we know it starts from, in India it starts from April and it end up in the month of March. Suppose we take an example 2021 and 22. What is this? This is a financial year. Means 2021 to 2022. What is that meaning? It start 1st April 2021 and end up with 31st March 2022. This is a financial year. Financial year means you can also understand the period during which you earn the money or you prepare for your exams, or during the period during which you have completed your studies. And assessment year means, as we understand, once you complete your studies, you can write the exam and your professor verify it and assign you the marks. In the same way, you earn the money during this period, or you prepare your books of account during the period 21-22 and you submit your returns. Income tax officer or government verify your income, your books of accounts and say that yes, this is true or correct, and they will ask you to pay tax. The period during which you submit your books of account, like you writing your exams, that is called assessment year. Assessment year also start from April to March, and financial year also start from April to March. As you are writing your exams after you prepare you're completing your studies, in the same way assessment year also start after completing your financial year, after completing your previous year. Previous year and financial year are both are same. Financial year will be having 12 months, and sometimes if you are have a new company or you are starting a new business, maybe in that case in those exception cases it may be less than 12 months, but whereas your assessment year always will be 12 months. Now we understand with the definition what is an assessment year. As we discussed in our example, assessment year means after you completing your studies, you are writing an exam, and here exams means you have prepared your book, you are done your business and prepared your books of accounts and submitting to the government, and here you have completed your studies, you have written the exam, your professor verifying and giving the marks. The assessment year means you are writing, after you are writing the exams, means you are writing the exams, you have submitted your books of account return to the government. Assessment year means the year from 1st April to 31st March in which income earned by you in a particular financial year is taxed. You are required to file your income tax return in the relevant assessment year. Assessment year is the year just succeeding the financial year. Succeeding means after completing your financial year. What does previous year means? For the purpose of income tax or income tax return, term financial year and previous years are used interchangeably. So the financial year 2021 can be termed as preceding year. And with example we understand what is an assessment year and what is previous year. Now question comes, can a person follow the calendar year for income, but for income tax purpose whether he can follow the financial year? Yes, for his business and books of account he can follow calendar year, but for filing income tax return for income tax purpose he can follow the financial financial year April to March. Previous year can be less than 12 months. In this example, some example, see period April to 2018 to 31st March 2019. In this one, financial year 2018-19, previous year is same 2018. Financial year and previous year are both are same. Assessment year will be next financial year. Assessment year next financial year to the previous year. If you have financial year 2018-19, assessment year will be 2019 and 20. If your financial year is 19-20, assessment will be 2021. If your previous year 2021, assessment will be 21-22. Now we will understand this concept with more some questions. In this question, year in which income is taxable is known as, and year in which income is earned is known as. Year in which income is taxable is known as assessment year, in which income is earned is called as a previous year. In this one, A is wrong, B is correct, assessment year and previous year. C is wrong because both is saying assessment year and assessment year. D is wrong because saying previous year and previous year. In this question, answer is B. And in the next example, assessment year is the period of 12 months commencing on first day of April every year, or December every year, July every year, January every year. Yes, in India, our financial year is starting from April and ending in the month of March. In other countries, maybe they follow the different periods. Maybe in the other countries that maybe December every year may be correct, or January every year may be correct, and July every year may be correct. But in India, it always starts April and ends in 31st March. Previous year can be period of less than 12 months or less than or equal to 12 months, only 12 months, or 12 months or less than or equal to 12 months, greater than 12 months. No, previous year cannot be more than or equal to 12 months. We cannot say only 12 months, less than 12 months or less than 12 months. A is wrong, B is wrong, D is wrong. 12 months or less than 12 months. Suppose if you are starting your business in the month of June, your previous year will be June to next March falling in the next year. So C is correct. It may be 12 months in all cases, but as exception cases, in case we are starting a new business in the middle of the year, in middle of the financial year, your previous year will be less than 12 months. Assessment year can be a period of greater than 12 months or less than 12 months or only 12 months. 12 months or less than 12 months or greater than 12 months. Assessment year can be period of only 12 months. Answer is. Moving to the next question. Mr. P set up a new business on 15th July 2018 and he commenced his business from 1st February 2019. First previous year will be Mr. P set up a new business on 15th July 2018 and he commenced his business from 1st February 2019 and first previous year will be 15th July 2018 to 31st March 2019 or previous year 18-19 or 1st February 2018 to 31st March 2019 or D previous year 2019-20. In this example, whether is you want to test whether previous year can be less than 12 months or 12 months. Because he started his business in the middle of the calendar year, it will always be less than 12 months. So in this case, B is not the answer, D is not the answer. He started his business on 15th July, so it will be A, 15th July 2018 to 31st March 2019. Moving to next question. First previous year in case of business or profession newly set up on 31st March 2019 would be 1st April 2018 ends on 31st March 2019. Start from 31st March 2019 and will be end on 31st March 2019. Start from 1st January 2019 ends on 31st. So C, D are wrong. A also is wrong. It's a very tricky question. It started business on 31st March 2019. So it also start on 31st March 2019 and also end on 31st March 2019. All assets are required to follow uniform previous year which must be calendar year only. Uniform previous year which must be financial year only, any period of 12 months as a previous year. Period starting from 1st July to 30th June to the previous year. All assesses for income tax purpose should follow uniform previous year which can be calendar year. Wrong. Uniform previous year which must be financial year. So B is correct. Assessment year and previous year. And again, person follows calendar year for accounting purpose. For taxation, he has to follow calendar year only 1st January to December, 31st December, financial year April to March, any calendar year, he follows extended no. A, C, D wrong, B is correct. Mr. P maintains his accounts of the basis of calendar year. For financial 2018-19, what is an assessment year? Previous year is 2018 and 19 and assessment year will be 19 and 20. So C is the answer. In which of the following cases income of the previous year is assessable in the previous year itself? So this is a tricky question and this we are not discussed but whereas this kind of questions we can expect from the exam. The answer is in the previous year income which you earned in previous year will be taxable in the assessment year. Assessment year always will be the following the year of previous year, but in case person who is leaving India, in those cases assessment also will be done in the previous year. So the answer will be A.